All right, so the next step in the process of creating this streaming service is to take the raw video file and extract the audio and then clean up that audio. So I'm going to go ahead and open Audacity, which is free and open source software, and it gives me the option. It gives me the ability to clean up the audio. So using Audacity, I'm just going to grab this the video file here that the pastor supplied, and I'll drag it into Audacity, and it should open up the file. You can see this is just the audio portion of that file, and we can listen to a little bit of it if you want to hear it. That's what it sounds like. And what we're going to do is we're going to take this whole file and we're going to run a filter on it that allows us to clean up the sound. And the first step of that filter is to find a piece of this sound that doesn't have any background noise. So this way we can basically subtract out the background noise. So I think this is going to be a good place to do that. So to zoom in on that, I'm going to hold down the control key and I'll use the wheel mouse, and it will zoom in a little bit on that piece of the sound. And if I play it, you can hear the room noise. So I'll go ahead and select a bit of that by clicking and dragging. I want to make sure that I only get room noise, that I don't get any voice. And then I go up to Effect, and I go to Noise Reduction. And the first step in the noise reduction filter is to just say, get the noise profile. So that's the room noise that we just selected. Now that the noise profile has been defined, I can select all of the audio in both channels by double clicking, or you can right click and you can say select all, I think. No, maybe you can't. I double click, and then you go back up to Effect and you go back to the noise reduction filter. In this case, I no longer have to click Get Noise Profile because we've already defined the noise profile, and I say Noise Reduction. And the numbers that work well for me are around 16 dB noise reduction with a sensitivity around 3, and the frequency smoothing bands. I honestly don't know what this does. I do know that it does a pretty good job. And if I hit preview, unfortunately, because it only previews the first 5 seconds of the video, we're not going to hear very much, because the first 5 seconds of the video is sort of the audio is blank noise and then a little bit of sound there. But we're gonna go ahead and accept these settings and say okay. We can play with those later. And now it's actually reducing the noise in the audio track. So it'll take out all that room noise, and you can see that the area of the room noise that we selected is actually the noise is almost gone from that area, and also all the other areas so it basically subtracted the room noise from the entire track. And now we can say file export. In this case, we're going to export as an MP3. That's a great standard format, and we're going to accept the default as well, and we'll say example service. This instead of saying raw video here, we'll say cleaned up audio, so we can recognize. You can choose to name it however you want when you do it, but I'm just so I can recognize it, I'll say cleaned up audio, and we'll go ahead and save that, and it will export that audio, and I'll play it for you in a second. You'll get a chance to really get a sense of what the audio is. So we'll go ahead and close this now that we've saved the audio. And I don't typically save changes because it's not a lot of work to do it again if I screwed it up. But as you can see here, we have now a cleaned up audio version of this, and it's an MP3 file. It's not an MP4. So this is MP3 indicates it just contains audio information. So we open that up, and it'll open up in my case, it opens up in my VLC media player, and it is just the audio for the service. And if you remember, I'm trying to find the end of that, and you can hear there's not a lot of extra noise going on there.
Good morning. Welcome to Jonesville United Methodist Church.
All right, so that concludes the tutorial on how to clean up the audio for a video file. What we're going to do now in the next section is we're going to open Kdenlive, and we're going to pull in both the audio and the video, and we're going to align the two audio and video files together. So the Kdenlive portion of this tutorial will actually be quite long, and it will include a few different videos, a few different tutorials that sort of break it up. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the audio tracks are aligned for both of within Kdenlive, and also give you a little bit of a tour of Kdenlive.